Okay, we'll move on to the mayor's report. Been working with ComEd on a couple issues. When I was delivering the business license renewals, and I went over on Main Street, Route 134, and was in Classic Printery and Stop and Save, they pointed out to me 2 light poles that have been there forever, and there's nothing attached to them whatsoever. You can see where the new poles were put in and these old ones, and it was brought up in past years and nothing ever came of it. And then another pole that kind of started sticking out, and I forget, I think it may have been Jerry Noble that told me about it first. At the front of Deer Point, where the office center is, there's a pole there that was for the construction trailer, but the construction trailer is long gone. So I contacted ComEd, and I'm happy to say that ComEd has removed both of those poles on 134. It is amazing how much better it looks. And Classic Printery called and thanked us for having that done, because they've been trying to get that done for quite a few years. And then ComEd said, as far as the pole in front of the office at 120 in Deer Point, they have removed the electric feed that goes to the pole, but there is a phone line feed going to that pole, which they can't touch. So we're getting in touch with the utility to get that removed, and once that's removed, ComEd will come and handle the pole. So anything like that you noticed, I kind of drove around, I haven't noticed anything else, please let me know. It does make a difference. We don't need any more poles sticking in the ground unnecessarily. Just a couple other quick things, just to expand on what Russ said. Russ and I have been talking, back and forth the past couple weeks, and I was thrilled. He came into my office Monday morning, and if you recall the door hanger tag, warning tag that we had for the building department, not to be confused with the one from the police department, he has changed it to this warning notice, and it has a check off for the most common complaints, such as placement of garbage cans, grass and weeds being too long, and of course minor building code violations, that type of thing. So this is big, this is prominent, and then he has a log that I and the girls have a copy of. He has a master log, so we know what addresses were tagged and what dates. So if somebody calls and has a complaint, we can say, yes, we're aware of it. There was a warning just issued, this week, and then Russ will be following up on this. Now, we'll be tweaking this a little bit the last couple, next couple weeks, and then when we think we got it just the way we want it, we might put this on cardstock or something a little heavy duty. So any input on this, but Russ, as he said, did do, we have some horrific looking lawns. And along with the horrific ones getting tagged, there's some that are close to being horrific that got tagged. It is a warning. I had one gentleman call up here. Of course, he was somewhat offended. I said, we're not just isolating you, we're doing it to everyone. I said, I'd rather have you get a warning than, have your grass get to the point where we're citing you and now you have a ticket. So, he was just happy to hear that other people that he felt their lawns looked worse were warned as well. So I think that was the biggest concern.
Question.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to have it as a door hanger.
Well, I just said we had the door hanger. There's 2 door hangers. There's one that the police department uses, and then the door hanger that the building department is outdated because the phone line isn't the same.
No, I'm asking if you're going to make that.
No.
No, the door hangers don't work well. They blow away a lot.
Where's this one?
So where do you put this one?
The mailbox.
Well, we can't always put it inside the mailbox
You can't
unless the mail's there.
You can't do that. It's a federal offense to put stuff in the mailbox.
They do. I'll pull up.
Well, Kelly had made the suggestion, not doing the sticker like the red, we don't want to do like the red tabs are, but now they have,
Duct tape.
now they have an adhesive that just goes along the top. It's kind of like a sticky note, but it's stronger, so it's easy to peel off the glass door. I mean, ideally, I would want it behind the storm door, but not everybody has a storm door. But we want it big and we want it prominent. What we're finding is with the door hangers, they're blowing away, or whether people are throwing them away, it's,
Well, besides that, it doesn't say enough, and you gotta write so much here, we tell them to find
Right,
out.
that's true, that's the biggest issue.
It's gonna get your attention.
Well, not only that, when we tell, I've had people, believe it or not, and these aren't people that just moved in, they have gotten a tag, the door hanger saying, you know, please, you know, remove your garbage cans, you know, from the front of garage. They don't know where to put them. What does the ordinance say? So, I had Russ spell it out where the garbage cans are allowed to be. Now, you try writing all that on a door hanger, but that's almost what you have to do with these people, unfortunately. So we're not trying to offend anybody out in YouTube land, but I think we all should take pride in our community. And times may be rough, but I don't see how that keeps you from cutting your grass. And there is no village ordinance that can force anybody to treat for weeds. That is a choice, and some people are against that. But you know what? If you have a lot of weeds, particularly dandelions, then mow them before they go to seed. That is the biggest issue. We have dandelions all over that are going to seed, and you have other people that are investing money and time treating their lawns that have all this stuff blowing over.
I'd say probably 2/3 of the ones I ticketed today, they got dandelion farms going on.
Yeah,
property.
yeah.
Those are the ones that are,
Really bad.
so. And like I said, we'll tweak it, we'll see what goes on, and then we'll figure out a final format, but we gotta start somewhere, so we can start.
Teach them how to make dandelion wine.
Pardon me?
Teach them how to make dandelion wine.
Dandelion wine, there you go, okay.
Fundraiser.
Sell it at the farmer's market, there you go. Dave, can I put you in charge of the committee?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
That's a deal.
Anyone that's interested in making dandelion wine, please send me an email.
You're gonna get one.
Kidding. Send it to Dave, our Gary. Okay, that's all I'll ramble on about. Let's move on to standing committees. Finance, Trustee Daly.
Finance met tonight. That speaker around there we go. And we talked about the concept of capital improvement fund, what we saw the purpose, what we believe the purpose is, and where we're going to go from here for developing it for next budget year. No decisions reached, but we're moving. We also kicked around just briefly potential methods of increasing our revenue. Not that we're looking to do anything right now.
Dandelion wine.
Yeah, see?
Coins in the fountain.
You're catching on.
The finance chairman gets to.
We also, if in fact we reduce the number of meetings that we have, the board has, to 1 a month over the summer, we've approved a change in some committee meeting times, which I've provided to the clerk tonight and she'll post. But essentially what we'll do is the Community Relations Committee, the Public Safety Committee, and Finance Committee will all meet prior to the board meeting on the board meeting night. And we'll just start a little bit earlier, but we'll still get everything.
So everybody gets here at noon. And we'll be here done by 9.
And Linda, if we're not here, when you get here at that time, start with us.
And Jerry brings dinner.
Yes, right. I hope you like peanut butter. On Kelly's behalf, she's still going through preparation for the audit, which is getting closer and closer, but as of this week, she said it's moving smoothly. They've also installed, and this has been a recommendation from the audit, a cash register system up on the counter. So we no longer have money sitting out on the counter or on the file for the various things that, yard waste stickers and whatever. And now the register can be balanced, and it just makes better sense.
And the cursing is diminished, and it actually seems to be working now.
And so that's kind of what's going on. She is also looking for me the possibility of an online newsletter, and save us some mailing and stuffing and whatnot, and also possibly online water billing. If that's, we're just looking into it and see if there's enough.
Researching it, yeah.
We may be doing a survey shortly to get feedback from the village. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Public Works, Trustee Walkington.
Public Works, last week the mayor and I attended a meeting at the Kentucky Sports Club on a big event that they have coming up in a couple of months. So we just sit down with them to see what they needed or what we could do for them. So very interesting.
They're having an international tournament in August, and there'll be more information forthcoming. Although we're careful with the information because this will not be open to public. There won't be room for spectators. However, the village will play an important role in the ceremony, and board members and certain staff members will get invitations to be at the grand ceremony. I'll be making a brief speech, particularly want to welcome those who have traveled from other countries. So it's actually quite brilliant. It's quite an honor. Last year this tournament was in France, and they showed us the program from France, and while they enjoyed the tournament there, they feel that they're going to do a much better job and have a better layout for the tournament, and that they're going to really knock the socks off all the participants. So I think they said they're having people who come from over 25 different countries.
We have any idea how many are going to be here?
Yeah, the capacity, there can't be more than 1,200, but there will be up to, and it won't be every day. It's a week-long tournament, and it'll be one day, Wednesday, the main event of the tournament, that you could have as many as 1,200. It'll start like 200, and the next day, because there's different events, and usually a participant doesn't sign up for all the events, so one may only be there for 1 day or 2 days, but the main tournament is midweek, and that's when all the festivities are. So more information to come.
That's all I have.
Okay, let's move on to public safety. Trustee Crease.
Yeah, in our last meeting, we had some recommendations on what we were going to do with the website. Jerry and I had to sit there and just sit down and put it into paper. We were also thinking at the time on the website, or just giving a safety tip of the month paper. I was going to get contact, which I'm going to do very shortly, with the village of Round Lake Fire Department and also the police department of Grace Lake and the fire department. Get some input from them what they would maybe want to give us as a safety tip, and also go with the comment. Also, I sent an email out to Lake County Department of Transportation and about enhancing the intersections at Tall Oak and at Bighorn with either yield signs or whatever, okay, and pedestrian crossings. And the response back was the fact that we have turning lanes there, and that the markings need to be within 20 to 50 feet of the sign itself, and it would put it right in the middle or towards the end of the intersection, and so that it wouldn't probably be feasible for either intersection at the time. The only thing that we could do is whether we move the pedestrian crossing further down, like mid-block somewhere, which, that would be cause repaving and stuff like that on this side of the Tall.
I did forward your email to Greg Ruin. We haven't had time to discuss it, but I think I'm going to have Greg look at it for other alternatives.
Okay.
I know they're quoting basically the IDOT standards back at you, which
Right.
we experience a lot.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And Joe Gately, you do have the signs, or did you get them?
They are ordered. They should
They
be
are
delivered
Okay.
hopefully anytime.
Those were the ones, which is the stop, it's a new sign.
Right, yes, which I think the sign will have some impact, because Jeff and Joe
Yeah,
the signs. Yeah.
And that's basically what that email did say. Okay, they went from yield to pedestrians, and they changed it to stop for pedestrians. And that needs to be highlighted, and so that's the sign we.
Yeah, the sign is very catchy.
Catchy,
It says
yes.
stop.
It says stop for pedestrians. It says stop for pedestrians.
Right.
I'm thinking we do a little reverse psychology here. We have a toll booth for pedestrians. When they put their money in, a gate goes across the road, they walk. It's a revenue source. Yeah. 53's trying to do it, what the heck? Angela Road. Just gotta think outside the box, and you know that.
Real quick thought, everybody, just recently, I just found out today that we've had a rash of petty auto theft and criminal damage to property in my neighborhood. My neighbor across the street had some items stolen out of his car. My car had about $850